Hey, it's Caroline from Rock Edition, and I'm here with Phil of Whitechapel. How's it going?
Good.
All right, so it was announced in November that you're planning to release your debut album, The Somatic Defilement, this spring. So why did you decide to do this, and is it going to feature any extra songs or demos?
It's just going to be remixed and remastered and stuff. We just want to bring back the old school Whitechapel to the newer fans that may not know about it, and that's mainly what we want to try to do, because a lot of the newer fans don't really know about it, and we just want to put out something that's brings back the roots and everything. So I mean that's the main focus of what it was.
So your self-titled album, which is probably my favorite album of the last year, was produced by Mark Lewis, who's done Trivium and Devil Driver, and also mixed and mastered Recorrupted. So why did you decide to pick him to actually produce the album after that, and what did he bring to the table?
He's just a really good metal producer. He's been doing it for a long time, and he just has really good ideas. And I feel like he just brings out the better in every band that he produces. And I mean, he's really, we feel like he's found the Whitechapel sound as far as records go. And I mean, I don't feel like anytime soon there's going to be any other producer that we're going to want to work with, because we just have a good time with him too. So.
And this is also your first album with your new drummer, Ben, so what did he bring to the songs?
Just a whole different feel. I mean, he's just, he's really tight and really solid. Everything you hear on the album is him. It's not, I mean, any album's going to have editing and things like that, but I mean, 98% of it is him, playing exactly what's on the album. So, and he's really fast, recording and playing wise, so I mean it's a win-win situation for us.
He's great. So the lyrics to Faces have been printed on a lot of your recent merch, so can you give us some insight on the meaning behind that song?
It's just mainly about standing up against people, not taking shit from anyone. I'm sorry if I okay. It's just basically not taking shit from anyone. It seems like pretty and if you want to take it as a government kind of thing, you can, but it's just basically standing up against people and, standing up for yourself and not, giving in to fads and stuff like that. And, that's the main emphasis behind the song. Just don't let anyone walk all over you.
And you released a live video for Possibilities of an Impossible Existence several months ago, and in the song you say, "The possibility of change has left us all alone." So can you explain those lyrics?
Well, basically, that song is kind of like about me and my three sisters. It has a lot of meaning behind, what happened with me as a child, and kind of like after my dad passed away, we were looking for that father figure, and like my stepdad came in and just pretty much ruined everything. So like it was kind of like, we were looking for a change, and we didn't get it, and it's like my mom was just taken away from us by him, and just addicted to drugs. I'd be sitting up until 5 in the morning wondering where she is, and she wouldn't come home until like the next night, and wouldn't know where she had been or what she had been doing. And it's just like we'd been looking for change and we just couldn't find it, and we just I mean, in literal sense, we felt alone, all four of us. So I mean, it's just kind of like where that came from.
Okay, so the piano that starts and ends the record is a tribute to a piano-playing friend who passed away. So do you think you'll ever feature anything like that in your future releases?
I mean, I think we're just going to leave it to this album. We don't really want to use the same thing on another album, but I mean, I think that, it's just a tribute of where we come from, who we've grown up with, stuff like that. I mean, but I don't see it on any future releases or anything.
So, have you been to Whitechapel in London?
No, a couple guys have. I think they went in 2007 or so, the first time we went to England, but I have not personally been there. I know a lot of people in England tell me it's not worth going to see, but I mean, it's just a famous stomping ground of a serial killer that was never caught. So, but I mean, I would like to go just to say that I've been there and seen it. So.
And also, what's your favorite scary movie?
Scary movie? God, it's a close race between the Friday the 13th series and the Halloween series.
The Rob Zombie version?
No, I like I mean the new Rob Zombie versions are cool, but I don't know. I like the
classic?
Yeah, I like the old ones better.
Do you like the classic Evil Dead?
I never really got into like zombie movies too much. I don't know. I'm not the biggest, I guess, zombie fan, but I mean, I'll watch them. I mean, there's a few that I've seen that are actually pretty good. I know Evil Dead and Night of the Living Dead and all that stuff is like classics and stuff for a lot of horror fans. But I personally never got into it.
So you were on Mayhem with Slipknot last summer. So what is your favorite Slipknot song?
Oh man, probably People Equal Shit. That song.
That's my favorite too.
That
I got this right here.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I mean, that song just was the first song on their second album, which I think their second album has always been the most aggressive and angry album, and it opened the album so well, and I mean, it's just such a classic song for them now. It's one of the fan favorites for sure.
Yeah. So if you could do guest vocals on any band song, who would you pick and why?
Probably I would love to do something with Slipknot just because it would just be an honor to do that with Corey. I mean, I think I spoke a couple words to him whenever I was there, but on the tour. But he seemed like a really nice guy, and I've always wanted to collaborate with some bigger star like that. It's always been kind of like a thing I've always wanted to do. But if it never happens, whatever. But it would definitely be awesome to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your take on the upcoming metalcore and deathcore bands? Like, do you feel like most of them are kind of monotonous and like two-dimensional, or do you think they're coming up with something fresh?
I mean, with this genre, it's so hard to if you just play blast beats, breakdowns, and I mean, it's kind of like a rinse and repeat formula. I mean, like I don't want to say anything about any certain bands or anything, but it's I mean, you have to be diverse. You have to do something different, something that people aren't going to expect. And a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, you're selling out or doing something." It's just kind of like, well, why do you want to hear the same album over and over again, or do you want to hear something like, "Whoa, they did something different"? That's just the way I see it. And elitists and stuff like that are always going to have their opinions. They're always going to think it's supposed to be a certain way, but it is what it is. We rewrite the music that we like to do, and like we don't want to write the same album over and over again. So that's kind of what our focus is. But as far as that goes, I mean, there's bands that a lot of bands sound the same. Some bands don't. I honestly, personally, don't really even listen to music whenever I'm on tour or off tour. I'm around it so much. It's one of the last things that I do. But I mean, good for them. If they can make a living off of it and enjoy what they do, that's really what counts. But my opinion is my opinion, and it only matters to me, not anyone else.
So where am I? I know you listen to heavy music, so Meshuggah, Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, Cradle of Filth, and the Acacia Strain all released new albums last year. So what was your favorite?
I mean, I have to go with Meshuggah. I've always been a big Meshuggah fan. I mean, their new album was not my favorite, but it was still a great Meshuggah album. They don't really ever disappoint. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I don't really listen to too much music. The only bands I'll really listen to is the ones that like I've really really enjoy and really like to listen to. I've listened to a little bit of the Acacia Strain. I haven't listened to too much of it. What other bands did you say?
Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, Cradle of Filth. I don't really listen to. Dying Fetus. I haven't listened to their new album, and new Cannibal Corpse. I haven't listened to that either. But yeah, definitely the new Meshuggah album. I just like that kind of music. Like if I listen to heavy music, I like to listen to that style, just kind of like droney kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. And lastly, after this tour with Amir wraps up, what is the rest of the year looking like for Whitechapel? And do you plan to go to Europe at all, since you weren't able to join the Devil Wears Prada last year?
We are going to do the European festivals in August. That's all we have right now. We're off for quite a while after this because we're writing and recording a new album. But as far as that goes, we literally have nothing planned except the European festivals. So.
Do you think there's going to be any more tours of this year?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Nothing is really set in stone except for European festivals. We probably might do something in the summer, but it's not guaranteed. But you know, I'm sure there will, and if not during that time, definitely in the fall and winter of next year.
All right.
This year, I should say.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Yeah.